What's up, guys? You already know what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about how you can protect your energy at work when you're in some challenging situations. So let's go ahead and talk about it right now. All right, y'all. So there was a time before, especially like in my work career, where I didn't pay as much attention to culture in an organization when I'm choosing an organization to work for. And because of that, I ended up working in some pretty garbage and toxic environments that were just frankly unhealthy. Okay, so I learned a lesson the hard way that when you're choosing a company to work for, make sure you pay attention to the culture. There are all kind of signs that can help you kind of peek into what the culture is like in the organization before you get hired, from the interview process to the environment that you walk into, to the punctuality of the person who's interviewing you, their mannerisms, everything kind of it's a manifestation of a long story within that organization that's being expressed through their mannerisms and body language and other things. So I'm not saying it's an all in be all whatever, but it's definitely some context clues, and collectively all the things around you can kind of give you a hint at what kind of environment you're going to be walking into. So I digress on that a little bit, but I work in a much better environment. Like, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but I work in a much better environment now. I really enjoy my work. I really enjoy the environment. Like, it's real chill, like I said, nothing's ever gonna be perfect, but I'm grateful for where I work now compared to what I've been in the past. So I've definitely had to develop some survival instincts to help me survive in some toxic situations. So basically, I'm just gonna give you a few different scenarios and how you could basically tackle those scenarios at work. So let's say you're dealing with a toxic person at your job. Maybe they're targeting you because you have some natural innate abilities, or you dared to be good at your job, or you dared to think about improvement processes, or you dared to do anything for the progression of your organization, and they automatically see you as a threat because you're good at your job. They might not be as good as you, but they want to outshine you. Whatever the case is, okay, there's always something. Okay, so if you're dealing with something like that, then the first thing to do is to always look at where this person lies within the organization. So are they a peer? Are they an executive? Are they, someone that reports to you? Like, what's the reporting relationship between you and them? Because that's going to determine how you're going to strategize ultimately for your survival. Okay, so first thing to do is to look at that. Okay, if it's a peer, it's easily manageable. If it's someone who reports to you, it's easily manageable. And if it's someone that you report to, it can be managed as well, but you have to be a little bit more strategic. Okay, so but don't fret. If you know how to navigate the situation, you'll still come out on top. So it's really hard to give you a single solution for toxicity as a whole at work. So I'm going to tell you a story that really happened to me. This is an actual real life true story. Okay, so there was a peer of mine in a previous organization. I actually was performing my job well. Management started to take notice, and they started to ask me to train different individuals. There was one narcissistic peer of mine who didn't like the fact that I was getting a little bit of recognition, so they decided to target me with all these different toxic little attacks. And here's one thing that happened. I was actually sitting down and training the individual, and the toxic person, they're like sitting off to the side of me. They get up and they go to break or whatever. Okay, cool, fine. But then they come back and I see them coming back to their seat. So I start to scoot back in order to let them by. So, and what they do is they command me to move out the way, essentially. And they're like, you move back. And that pissed me off. It really did. But I stopped for a second and I thought for maybe about 2 or 3 seconds, like, what is my response gonna be? So I literally stopped myself from moving back. I scooted back forward. I got up and I walked by them. And then I pointed my finger just as strongly as they did to me. And I said, no, you walk by. And they walked by to their seat very quietly and sat down. And then I sat back down and I kept training. So that's one example, you know, and that's like a peer to peer relationship per se, you know. If it's someone who reports to you, usually, you know, they're not going to be that direct, but you know, just because they report to you. And I've also had situations with the individual that I report to where they were borderline and they were trying to pretend like they were on my side, but actually they were against me. They were trying to sabotage me, and it was just a ridiculous situation. But I could tell they were trying to win me over, win my trust, win my confidence. And if I would trust them, then they would change into the abuse. And then if I recognized the abuse, then they would change into the goody two shoes person again to try to win my confidence back. And basically that's a cycle of which they try to drive you insane. But that doesn't really work on me because I can see the pattern. So essentially what I did is I controlled their way of engaging with me, because when they were trying to win my confidence so they could later be toxic, I was kind of stone-faced, you know. They'd be like, good morning, how are you, Dr. Chills, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, hey, good morning, you know. And I go, you know, so they're working extra hard to get me to open up. And then when they least expect it, they're like, good morning, how are you, Dr. Chills? And I'm like, good morning, how are you? How's your day been? What'd you do over the weekend? And I'm like all engaging. And they're like, oh, wow, he opened up. So, but before they think they can change to become toxic again, I've already switched back. And they come and talk to me later like, hey, are you going to lunch? Like, yeah, I've already had lunch, I'm good. You know, like I've already went back to stone face, so it kind of confuses them internally and they don't really know how to respond. So they're like, so does he trust me? Can I be toxic now? Or so then they kind of keep going back and forth and continually being nice to me and trying to win me over. So I know the niceness is fake, but I kind of trap them in this continuum of always trying to be nice to gain whatever confidence that they feel gives them the permission to be toxic to me. And I kind of gauge that and play that game over time. And there was someone that I had to report to, you know, so they were trying to get under my skin and rile me up and cause me to do something self-destructive, some kind of self-destructive action so that they could try to harm me. So they were really trying to be super toxic to me. But so my whole goal here is survival, you know, and that's survival emotionally, financially, of course, respect, dignity, all of those things matter when it comes to survival. So it's like there's going to be all kind of different situations. So I'm just giving you a few situations here, okay? But what would probably be better is if you actually just message me in the Discord with anything that you're dealing with toxic wise at work, and we can discuss how you can actually stay away from that toxicity, how you can navigate it, because this kind of thing is very dynamic and you're gonna have to be able to respond according to the dynamic that is present, okay? So your dynamics might be a little bit different from the couple of stories that I just gave, okay? But that's all good. Just, you know, you just have to learn how to dance in that game, and that's something that I can teach you later, probably through some future videos, or you can talk to me one-on-one in the Discord if you want. But look, if you got something you want to say, Join the Discord. We got weekly giveaways, tournaments, competitions. You want to be there. Link in description. But now that we got that part of the video out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay. Okay? Alright, y'all. So, tell them, Bull. We ain't got time for that judgmental bull crap, bro. Bull judge. Bull does the judging. Okay? Oh. But look, though. I know that last part. Bro. Please, Shelly. Please. Just let me bust her. Oh, there she is. I'm scared. Oh, why did that happen? Man, my screen slipped, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm angry, bro. So angry. But look, I was gonna say, last part of the video, it's kind of ad hoc, I know, you know, but I hope that it inspires someone to start thinking down the direction of how you can kind of take control of your life, okay? All right, here we go. I don't know what you're saying, boy. I hate bots. I hate bot. What? All right, somebody, please, anybody, come here, effer. I'm already mad because you. I know Shelly is there. And I'm. Oh my God. I knew that was a risk. That Shelly was there and I knew he was coming to pinch me. And so I had to make a move, man. Whatever. All right, look, I don't care. Remember, the world is dangerous. Protect your energy. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I'll see you tomorrow. Next time.
Looking back through time, we've shared a lot of tears. But baby, don't give up. We're gonna persevere.